We've got a question here from Fool Sunny, who asks, is the trade desk, ticker TTD, a buy, sell, or it seems it's starting to gain momentum again? And I really like that question because I'm an avid follower of the trade desk. And to look at what's happening with the trade desk, you kind of have to back up a little bit and look at the big picture. We know that when the pandemic hit in March, the first thing that happened was companies scaled back quickly on their advertising budgets, because that's something that companies can quickly do to preserve capital in an uncertain economic environment. And so many of the companies that are involved in digital advertising, companies like Facebook and like Google and like Roku and like the Trade Desk, all of a sudden saw a rapid deceleration in their fortunes, because all of a sudden those marketing and advertising budgets seem to dry up almost overnight. But in the time since then, and really it happened relatively quickly compared to what we've seen historically, when people saw that the sky wasn't necessarily falling, although we did have a long road ahead of us, they not only went back into advertising and started spending money again, but they started looking for the best bang that they could get for their buck. They wanted to be able to do advertising that was measurable. And so for companies like the Trade Desk, who can really target that advertising, the Trade Desk has done remarkably well. I'm going to share my screen here for just a moment so that you can see how well, because it really is pretty phenomenal what the Trade Desk has been able to accomplish so far this year. Now, this is a chart for the Trade Desk, and you'll notice that it ended the day about $827 a share. If you go back to March, it was $144. It bottomed out on the 18th. So we're talking at least 5-6 times what it was at its lows in March. And right now, if you go back to the beginning of the year, the stock is up 218%. Now, it's not just the stock. I'm going to also share here just a quick look at the company's third quarter results page. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger here. But if you look and see, for the 3 months that ended September 30th, revenue was up 32% year over year. The company's diluted earnings per share was more than double what it was this time last year. And if you scroll down just a little bit, you can see what it was that's driving that. They have a couple of areas of high growth segments: connected TV, mobile video, audio, like for podcasts. And what you're seeing is connected TV grew 100% year over year. Mobile video and audio both grew 70% year over year. And not only that, but the company has a customer retention rate of 95%, and has done every quarter going back more than 5 years. So that's really indicative of what I think the opportunity is for the Trade Desk. The Trade Desk does programmatic advertising, which essentially does a high-speed matching of advertising with the channels that are available, where they're going to meet those consumers that are most likely to act on that ad. So if you go back to 2019, I called the Trade Desk my highest conviction stock for 2019. I still feel that way in 2020. The amount of revenue that the company is generating is still very small. This quarter revenue was $216 million. So they haven't even reached $1 billion annually in revenue. That gives you an idea of just how much further this company can grow. I think it's an amazing opportunity. I think right now the market cap is about $39 billion. So still a very small company that can grow tremendously from here. So for me, the Trade Desk is a buy, and actually I added to my Trade Desk position several months ago.
Yeah, it's a great company. It's certainly highly valued. I mean, there's no getting around that by just about any metric. But this is it's one of those tech stocks that's in a weird place for tech stocks this year, revenue driven, right? So, but do you think about the burgeoning growth of connected TVs? I mean, there are very few companies that I think have the kind of prospects that Trade Desk does over the next decade. So, love it. I agree with you there, Danny. Hasit, you got anything for us?
Yeah, I want to also just make a quick comment. I really like that the Trade Desk's customers are advertising agencies. So it's sort of like they're very embedded with the people who
Right.
are buying it, not necessarily end buyers, but the agencies themselves. And that's a great relationship to have if you think about what kind of moat does this company have. But really great explication as always, Danny, of the advantages of that stock. And I'm still kicking myself I don't own it yet. But